Hey, Broncos country. Looks like we are live, but you guys know the drill by now. We've got to let the stream breathe for just a second here and make sure that everything is nice and stable all across the YouTube platform. Welcome in, Broncos country, to this Denver Broncos Syndicate live stream. I'm your host, Gage Madrid. Let's go ahead and let a few people start streaming on in here. And while we do that, we'll take care of some housekeeping matters. Be sure to leave a like on the stream as well as subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. Additionally, if you want to go above and beyond in supporting the channel, please consider becoming a channel member today. The link is in the description below. It's not mandatory, but if you want some extra perks and incentives in exchange for helping me out, helping the channel grow, and helping improve the production quality of this content, I would really appreciate it. We've already got a few people in here. We've got Keanu, Rowan, we've got Yvonne all the way from New Jersey. We've got Coda. We've got the iTest channel. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into the news of the day, and then we will start chopping it up with the chat. So I want to go ahead and bring this in here. Oop, not that one. That one. Boom shakalaka. The big question heading into the Broncos game on Sunday Night Football versus the Washington Commanders is the status of Washington quarterback Jayden Daniels. The big reason why this game was put on Sunday Night Football was because it was supposed to be Bo Nix versus Jayden Daniels, but a few weeks ago, Daniels suffered a dislocated elbow against the Seattle Seahawks, ironically enough, also on Sunday Night Football, and his status has been up in the air ever since. According to this tweet from Ian Rappaport, Commanders quarterback Jayden Daniels was evaluated coming out of Washington's bye, and sources say this Sunday's game against the Broncos is a long shot. But Daniels will return to practice this week, so it is progress from his dislocated elbow. I would say things have been trending in this direction for some time now. Jayden Daniels, I don't know if he's going to return this season just because Washington's 3-8. It's probably a lost season for them, especially if they aren't able to win this game against the Broncos. So Washington's probably going to end up starting Marcus Mariota in this game. And Marcus Mariota, in terms of the offense and how they schematically run things, it's not going to be much of a change. Mariota's still a mobile quarterback. He's not as mobile as Jayden Daniels, of course, but he can do a lot of the same stuff schematically as Jayden Daniels. So it's not like Denver's going to have to make any radical changes in their preparation, preparing for Mariota as opposed to Daniels. And I would imagine the Broncos have been preparing for both of those players, so that way they wouldn't be surprised if Jayden were to end up starting this game. So at the end of the day, it sucked for the Commanders, and it sucks for fans. We got BK saying, it's bad news. I wanted to see him play versus us. And I get it, man, because I love Jayden Daniels. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks, not named Bo Nix, of course, coming out of this draft class. And I feel like Jayden Daniels has got a really bright future ahead of him in the NFL. But this season, the injuries have just completely bit him in the ass, and he's probably not going to play in this game. Denver, like I said, I don't think the preparation is going to change a whole lot, but you can't sit here and fool yourself thinking that it's going to be an easier game with Marcus Mariota in there either. Marcus Mariota is still an NFL caliber starting quarterback, and he's played some really good football in spot starts with the Washington Commanders. So again, Denver is going to have a really hard day out there. So let's go ahead and start saying hi to some people in the chat here. We already said hi to a few people. We got Traco Porter in the house saying, I love my Broncos. We got Celestino in the house. What's good, Gage? Good to see you, my friend. We got Kenny Miller saying, let's go Broncos, baby. I can't wait for this Sunday. Waiting all day for Sunday night. David in the house, one of our channel members. Bronco Maniacs. What's great? What's good? Great job, my brother. You've been doing good for us. Thanks, my brother. Thank you so much, David. Really appreciate your support for all of these years here on the channel. iTest says Washington is known to end quarterback careers. Sit his ass down until next year. Ultimately, I think that's what's going to happen, and that's what should happen if the Commanders are smart. But the Commanders haven't exactly been a poster child for being a smart organization. Treco says, we are the true fourth quarter comeback kings. This would have been good for both. We faced Jayden Daniels. I mean, in terms of the national narrative, I guess, but quarterbacks don't play against each other. I hate that narrative. Oh, this quarterback can't beat this other quarterback, blah, 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 blah. I mean, come on, dude. It's more so the opposing team's defense can't beat this certain quarterback. I mean, that's the common narrative with Josh Allen. Oh, he can't beat Patrick Mahomes. He can't beat Patrick Mahomes. No, he can't beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs. It's not him not being able to beat Patrick Mahomes. So I know the national media likes to run off with those narratives, and I absolutely hate it. Thank you so much, David. Really appreciate it. One Slow says, can't believe Pierce chose Kansas City. Yes, that came out last night. We made a video about it. Dameon Pierce, veteran running back, bigger back, kind of a bruising downhill runner. He was released by the Houston Texans. I was hoping the Denver Broncos would get him, and reports indicate that Denver was heavily in on trying to get him. Ultimately, they were the number 2 team in the running. Kansas City won the sweepstakes, and Pierce chose to sign with them. I don't get it. I feel like Pierce would have had a much better opportunity here in Denver, not only to see playing time, but also to win a championship. But there we go, man. He's off to Kansas City, and that's another running back option off the table for the Denver Broncos. All Things Football says, I'm glad Jaden's out. Makes me feel more confident with them shutting down their offense. I mean, our defense is so good. I feel like we would have done a good job shutting them down with Jaden in there. And like I said, schematically, it doesn't change a whole lot because Marcus Mariota is still a very mobile quarterback. He's got a strong arm. He was a former Marcus, was he? Yeah, he was number 2 overall as well. Jameis was number 1 that draft. So he's a former top 3 pick as well. He's got the physical tools, and he has produced in this offense. MLG says, I hope Daniels is not the next RG3 for Washington. Obviously, we all hope that. Hopefully, they manage his injury a lot better than Washington managed RG3. And overall, I think Jaden, the development trajectory is a lot more positive for him than RG3, in my opinion. Mike Shanahan never wanted RG3 as his quarterback. In fact, a report came out that RG3 was the subject of trade talks in his second year. Dan Snyder wouldn't let it happen, but Mike Shanahan wanted to trade him because he knew that RG3 was kind of fool's gold, and he knew that the injuries were eventually going to stack up. And sure enough, Mike Shanahan ended up being right on that one, unfortunately. Offense better be able to put up 24-plus versus the Commanders' defense. I agree with that. This Commanders' defense has been struggling all season long. That's the big storyline for this team, in my opinion. I mean, they had to take play calling duties away from Joe Vitt there, or from Joe Vitt, I don't remember, but whatever his name is, they had to take away play calling duties from him. Dan Quinn took the defensive play calling duties back. Additionally, the personnel on that unit has just been kind of inconsistent. They haven't been able to really manufacture a pass rush. I agree. I think the Broncos offense should play really well against the Commanders defense. Keanu asks, injury report tomorrow on Wednesday, once they practice. I doubt Jaden plays. It'd be stupid if he does. Based on this report, he's not going to play. BK says, we want to play teams at their best. I agree. I agree with that because you want to show that you can beat teams at full strength, but by that same token, I don't think Denver is going to complain about having an opportunity to face against a backup quarterback. They're still going to have to play their best football, though. We can't take this game lightly. Let's keep rolling out wins. Absolutely. If the Broncos win their next 4 games, they're probably going to get the number 1 seed. I know the team has that in mind, so they've got to stay the course, stay disciplined, and they've got to continue to play a winning brand of football. We got Lambo in the house saying hi from England. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining from across the pond. Did Mahomes look scared in the pocket yesterday? Sure looked like he did at various points in that game, but obviously Kansas City really tightened things down there in the fourth quarter and in overtime, and they were able to overcome things, and they were able to come away with a win. KC and that new running back will be watching the playoffs from their homes. I sure hope so, man. I heard that Denver was only offering to be on the practice squad, not a role on the 53-man roster. Well, Kansas City is signing him to the practice squad too, so it's not like there would have been much of a difference there. I feel like they would have elevated him from the practice squad relatively quickly. The only reason why they would have originally signed him to the practice squad is for roster manipulation purposes. What's the over-under Mariota attempts the hurdle against our defense? I think he'll probably attempt it at least once. Our game got flexed out of Sunday night. Did it? I mean, that would have already had to have happened last week, and they announced it on Sunday Night Football. Yeah, no, it hasn't been flexed. I'm seeing no reports of that. And again, on the Sunday Night Football broadcast, they announced that the game was going to be on Sunday Night Football. So, no, it has not been flexed. I want to also go ahead and bring in this little bit of news here. Jeremy Fowler reported this last week before the bye week, but it is worth talking about again. The Broncos are optimistic that both Alex Singleton and Pat Surtain can make it back into the lineup week 12, which is post-bye. Singleton, of course, underwent surgery for that health situation. I can't really say what it was because YouTube doesn't like that terminology. And then Pat Surtain, he's been out since the Cowboys game with a pec, but it is looking like both of these players are in line to return versus the Washington Commanders. So that's obviously very good news for the Denver Broncos. Exactly. BK points out too late to flex. It would have had to have happened last week. We got D-Rock in the house. Good to see you, D-Rock. Hope you are doing well. Kansas City really going to make me root for the Cowboys on Thursday night. Yuck. I get it, man. It sucks because the Dallas Cowboys, they are my least favorite team of all time. I grew up a Cowboys hater. I became a Broncos fan because I am such a Cowboys hater. So this one is definitely going to sting. I am going to have to root for a Cowboys win here because now that the Chiefs did us a favor by beating the Colts and putting us in a better position for the 1 seed, we need Kansas City to lose out the rest of the way. That way they aren't in a position to make the playoffs. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wind down this little short stream here. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Be sure to leave a like as well as subscribe and ring the bell. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. It tells the old algorithm to push us out, and it helps us push us out to other members of Broncos country, just like you and me. Helps us get seen by more and more people. I need to get my morning caffeine in my system here, even though it's 1:12 in the afternoon. I woke up a little bit late today. If you want to go above and beyond in supporting the channel, please consider becoming a channel member today. It's not mandatory whatsoever, but if you want some extra perks and incentives in exchange for helping me out, helping the channel grow, and most importantly, helping improve the production quality of these videos, from the sound to the video quality itself, it really does help out. So link is in the description below if you want to consider it. All right, guys, and until next time, I'm your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.